Pisces, welcome to my channel, T.W.INfiniteocean Tarot. Today we're going to be doing some shadow work reading. See where the shadows may lie for you. Something that may be time to face or time to evaluate that part of yourself that's kind of deep, you know, below the surface. Something that might be causing some kind of upheaval in your life, or something that may be just below the surface that still kind of bothers you, that you're not looking at. Let's see. We have got addicted. Alright, it is number 11. Let's see what it says. Sorry, I have to read from the book because I don't know this deck that well. Okay, so it says addicted. Addiction is something, or addiction to something, to drugs, to love, to company, to evil, to pain, to safety, to making simple everything that can be deep. Oh, they have in common the feeling of being lost. If we ever are without it, freedom is not a friend, as it promises responsibility, failure, challenges. Freedom can be taken, can be broken, can be stripped naked and whipped and abused. Slavery is a much cleaner choice. If you give it all away at the beginning, how can they take it from you? So how can it be that it is so easy to believe that freedom is an illusion? And it's so hard to feel that slavery is an illusion as well. That the sky has a limit, but the chains have one as well. The irony of it all, when we lose the desire, much before losing the will to fight, is that actually it's possible to reach for the sky even when bound by chains. Freedom was the worst of lies. I could have been a slaver or a slave, but I choose the latter. It's pretty heavy, Pisces. You could feel stabbed in the back. You could be in a lot of pain. But I get this card. I've had to face my shadows recently myself. And I understand what that card is basically saying, that sometimes we go for something that's an easier choice than putting ourselves in a situation that could really hurt us. It's almost like the martyr, I guess, would sum it up. Like, you rather take the abuse as it is when you make the choice to go into something that could abuse you, or you abuse it, because it's a safe choice. Because if you get in, let's say you get into a relationship and you know it's just going to be friends with benefits or situationship, you realize you don't have to invest a whole lot of feeling into it, because you know it's pretty much a surface level situation. But you get into it without getting the satisfaction of, why would you get into a relationship if you can't be 100% into it? It's like living in a door with one foot in, one foot out. Almost like if you were to use drugs, you're filling a hole within yourself with something that you're going to have to keep using to fill that hole, and it gets worse and worse and worse. So this reminds me of like filling the hole with like covering it with a band-aid, almost putting a band-aid on it. Like, I don't have to look at it, I don't have to face it, I just am going to be whatever you want me to be, kind of. I'm going to pull some from this Karma deck and see if we can get something further into it. But it's leaving you hurt and in pain. And so something that you're making a choice to do, whether it be love, passion, drugs, being bound to something, you're in pain and it's time to face that shadow. Like, why do you keep choosing? Like, what is your why? And I've said that in a couple of videos now. What is your why? Why, whatever you come to watch this reading for, what is your why? Why do you want something so bad? Why? Does it stem from something good? Or does it stem with something that you may have chosen when you weren't loving yourself enough? Kind of thing. Okay, so we have South Node in Sagittarius and in the second house. It says, remember your highest ideals patiently. Reconsider the rules of what you want. Now is not the time to get it out to the world and get what you need. There's something that you're meant to do, Pisces, is what I'm getting from this. And it's going to all stem from you. Like, there's something that your voice needs to be heard. But in order to be able to speak from a place of truth and knowledge, you're going to also have to make the hard choices. Like, we can tell people all day how to do things like, why are you in that relationship? This person is crap, blah, 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 blah. But if you were to be in that situation, would you be making the same choices as that person? Or would you follow what it is that you're telling them to do? Or telling them that they should do? Like, they're in a horrible relationship, well, leave. Just go. But is it that easy? You know, because we can tell people all day what's good for them. But if we don't, like, live in that energy, like, not only will we not be heard because we're not being truly authentic to ourselves, like, because we all know what's right to do in situations, but sometimes we make choices out of safety, or choices out of pain, or choices out of, like, all the wrong reasons. Like, what is your why? Why are you staying in a situation that's hurting you? Why do you continue to let people enslave you or do what it is that they need you to do? Because it's causing you pain here. It doesn't look like you're getting anything equal from this situation. It looks like you may have got into it with good intentions. You may have been like, I'll give to you, you give to me. It'll be good, right? But it's left you in this sense of heartache. And I don't think the heartache is, like, recent. Because, you know, his chest is healed. It's just a tattoo. But the swords are still there. So it's the memory of the hurt that possibly keeps you going into situations that don't give you back what it is you need. And it all stems from the fact, at some point in your life, whether somebody told you you weren't good enough, whether you didn't feel good enough, whether you didn't boost your self-esteem, or whatever it is that's underlining in that shadow, is something that you're going to have to look at. And possibly you're going to have to look at it during this time. So I send you lots of love. If this is what you're going through, if you're going through pain at the moment, realize that the light will come after the dark. And right now may be dark, but it looks like it's going to be dark for a lot of the signs. And Saturn moved into Pisces, and it'll be there for the next 3 years. And that's to basically, like, change us out of repetitive cycles we've been in. So there could have been, like, a repetitive cycle that happened. You kept going for things that you knew wouldn't give you back what you would give. Putting yourself in situations to be abused or to be enslaved. But it looks like there's forward movement in the near future, which is great to see. You may get some kind of epiphany. Whatever it is, it's going to propel you forward very, very fast. And I feel like it's going to propel you into your mission, whatever your mission in this world is. And as a Pisces, y'all are at the end of the zodiac. The Saturn is going to be in your sign for the next 2 years. And this is all happening in divine plan because you are meant to do something more than what you're doing now. What you're doing now is just hurting yourself. What you need to do is use this pain to propel you straight into that mission, straight into helping other people by helping them to realize how to get out of the dark. Shine your light on their dark. Like, whichever this collective I'm talking to, like, something big is definitely in the forecast. It's just, we gotta face those pains. And man, have I been doing that as well. All these, because what, Neptune was in Pisces, then Mars went into Pisces, or something like that. There's a bunch. Okay, so in the past you may have fed into your animalistic nature a little bit. You had a hunger for something. Trying to see 29, so that's another 11. And it might have come from a very untamed space. Something showed you light in the middle of a very dark place, and you became hungry for it. Maybe you saw something in a situation that was, put that band-aid on, or something like that. And it just made you hungry. It turned you into werewolf, howling at the moon and whatnot. In the current moment, it looks like your focus has come more into yourself, into your emotions. You see, she's kind of in the water here, just kind of submerging into the water. So you might have gone to the depths of pain. But you see the butterfly on her third eye? It's almost like that has put you right into alignment to become that butterfly. To fully immerse yourself in your heart. To feel again. Whether it be pain, it's just good to feel something, right? Because if you live in this animalistic state over here, you don't really feel much because it's like you set yourself up for failure over and over and over again. And so you know, like, oh, I know it's going to come. So when it comes, you're like, oh, okay. I knew it was coming anyway. And right now you're more focused on feeling again. Feeling the love. Transforming your life. Seeing the light through the dark. And then the last card is Sovereignty. Number 41. This reminds me of the world and the High Priestess. It's the Queen of the Moon. So you could become like the Queen of the Dark almost. Not in a bad way. But almost like that in between. The veil almost. Like you're sitting in the veil between the dark and the light. Just sitting there, but you're sitting there calmly because you know what the dark has and you know what the light has, but you still stay in the middle so that way you can merge the two together to pull some out of the dark into the light, like a weaver almost. That's what I'm getting. This group, I'm telling you, you've got some kind of intuitive power. Maybe you're a psychic, maybe you read tarot, or some other like spiritual gifts. It's like they're gonna come right out of you, whether you're a writer or whatever creative project that you put it into. You could change the world. All this pain in this card, you're gonna use it to help others, to help the world as it is, to shine light onto the dark, to be the weaver, bridging the gap. Well, you got all three at once. You got assistance from your spirit guides, freedom, leap, and opportunities. Yeah, somebody is assisting you from the other side. They're sending you messages, signs, synchronicities, or have been in the recent past, which has showed you something that you needed to leave behind, something that you needed to end the cycle and like jump forward free like the fool, you know, just leap, because opportunities are all around you. And for this group, it looks like in the near future you have some kind of reunion to some soul tie that you have. This could also be once you let go of those things that have been holding you back and like really end that cycle completely. There's something, whether it be like your soul family, your soulmates, twin flames, whatever it is that you believe in, you're going to bring it back into a reunion. Because whatever you go through, if you have a divine counterpart, soul tribe, you're all connected on an energetic level. So if you move, they move. They move, you move. So there's got to become that balance, and you've got to like surrender it to the divine, so that way it can lead you in the ways that they know is for your highest good. But they're supporting you right now. Your spirit guides are all around you. I'm going to finish it off with some Rebel decks. If you don't like cursing, you might want to fast forward, or just, I'll see you in the next one. Let's see. Some people hate them and some people love them, so I thought it would just lighten the mood since it's shadow work. It says take a shot, don't take 12, take 1. Okay, maybe 2, and then move on. Maybe there's something you need to do, some kind of shot you need to take at something. Then we have the lightning bolt. Figure shit out on your own. Yeah? Lean on spirit. It's all within you. The answers you need are there. Step away from the crazy-making diet for a hot second. Kale and spirulina taste like ass. Eat some yummy shed bacon, chocolate, and beer, and get some. Maybe you just need to get some food, beer, some, whatever works for you. Anyways, my dear Pisces, I know shadow readings are deep and not the best, but it does help us to make the best out of the things that we've been through. So hopefully it helped somebody that watched. Hopefully you got something from this. If you did, please smash the like button. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you like this type of reading or not. I love you guys to the moon, stars, and Mars, and I'll see you in the next one.